Hey there, where you going? It's 2026 and SimFly is getting complete. Get to watch the video to understand when we release the user marketplace for airplane and what is happening to the weekly news, many other things, and very interesting Ask Me Anything question coming soon for you. Hello everybody and welcome back to SimFly News. This is Roberto Capodici. I am SimFly spokesperson and I'm here also this year to bring you the news about SimFly. But not as often as I was doing before. I can read here in my annotation. First of all, Happy New Year to everybody. We are so delighted with the results of the past year. The user marketplace are doing very well. Strong trading, and it's been a fantastic year. Look, we are going to share updates via video, so if you are not yet registered to the newsletter, take the opportunity and do it now, okay? What is the hot news of this week? The airport trading. So the user marketplace for airport has been released in the user marketplace. And not today, but the 13th of January at 9 in the morning Zulu time. So January 13th at 9 a.m. Zulu time, we are going to release the trading for airport. So you know that we don't do discount anymore on items that are in the user marketplace unless nobody's selling any. So pay attention, because these are the last few days where airport are going to be convenient in the bank of SimFly. I'm sure you want to see a preview of the user marketplace for airports. Okay, let's start. So we want to show you the preview of the user marketplace for airport. We go in the marketplace. We go in the user marketplace, and now you see also the airport are going to be activated 13th of January. You enter in the airport, you see pretty much it looks like the others, so you can create a new sale. Here you go and choose the airport between the set you want to sell, and you can see there you have listed your airport with their own account and how many experience points each airport has. Don't mind that this is our development server that we're showing things from, so there are very little experience point in them. But here we go. We have the airport that you can choose, and you know what? Even if it's still for sale, difference from the license and the airplanes, it still generates bucks for you. So you can put it for sale, don't worry, and you're going to still earn packs every time people land the takeoff from it, okay? You can check this is the airport you're gonna sell, okay? You can choose if you wanna sell it in USD or PAX tokens, okay? You can choose a price, up to you. Again, the same price of the Bank of SimFly, maybe more because is more valuable now their experience point, and you publish your sale after accepting the terms and conditions. You can see has been put on sale, close the window, and then you can see that your airport has been listed for sale on the page your asset on sale. You can edit the value of the amount of money you want to sell it for, and you know, like other things, you cannot take it out of the sales for 24 hours. But, you know, after 24 hours. Now you see, you go there, you go to the user marketplace, you can see that your airport is listed for sale together with the other, okay? You click on detail, you see all the detail as it was before, with stealing your name, all the things that happened to the airport, etc., etc. Now let's go to purchase the airport. So what we do, we go to the user marketplace, we go to the airports, and we see that the airport is there for sale, okay? The airport has something special because they are unique is easy to go and purchase the airport also from the normal market. So if you go to airports rather than the user marketplace airport and you search for the account of the airport that you put for sale, okay, you can find it for sale also here, okay? So you can see the method of payment and you see who's owned by, but you can purchase it. So your airport, when it's for sale, is both in the list of airport of the bank of SimFly and in the user marketplace. This is because people usually search for airport not going to know if it's already being sold or not, if it still belongs to SimFly or not. Now, make the purchase and pay in whatever method you choose to pay. Now that you can go in your assets, and in the assets you can see that now the airport is being moved to your asset. As the other asset, if it's already used, no need to activate it, okay? Here you can see that you have all the boards, but it's been zeroed in terms of ground operation. So once an airport is being sold, the ground operation zeroed. So you can start earning immediately when you purchase an airport, okay? The experience point that were there with the airport follow the airport, so they're still there with the airport. And there is something interesting. You see, these are all the flights that have been done previously. You can shift between the actual owner and all the owners, so you can see the difference of what you've done compared to what all the previous owners have done with his airport. So he lost the data relative to just the last ownership for all the owners that are there. So we go in the account that made the sale, and you can see that there is an income of the amount of PAX token that has been chosen to sell. And at the same way, if you had sold the airport with USD, you will find the income in your in your fiat wallet, okay? So if you go to the user marketplace, we go to check the airports, we're gonna see the airport is no more on sale because it's already being purchased. If you go to the airport that's being sold, then you're gonna find it there. It's going to be interesting when an airport is being sold many times, if it's going to appear here multiple times or not. It's already sold and also for sale. We'll see, okay? It's gonna be up to you to create this movement. So this was a preview of the user marketplace, a preview on how the sales of airport and purchase of airport that already pre-owned works. And you need to wait when? January 13th at 9 a.m. Zulu time. So it's just a matter of a few days. Next news. We're working hard on the Touch and Win mission, and we're currently busy with testing it. So it's on its way to arrive to you. Touch and Win is very fun. It involves, as you already know, the possibility to put packs and win packs tokens. So, we can't wait to release it and see how much you love it. We are also continuing with the development and implementation of the new rules, as explained. And we are also in the testing phase, and we provide you with more information as soon as it is ready. All right. We have, because Monday airport are going to be sold by user, this is the last weekend that we're going to make a promotion on airport. 50% off, 50% off. This means half the price for airport category 4, 5, 6, and 7. This is valid until 11:59 p.m. on Monday, January 12th. All right. I dare to see who is going to buy an airport category 6 or 7. Let's see. All right. For the release of a new airplane, I know we usually have one new airplane every week. There will be a weekly release, but not in any particular specific days. I will continue to release new airplane every week. Not this week because we had a holiday before, but we're gonna start with this coming week. And you just need to let us know which airplane you want to have in SimFly. You go in the forum, and there is the place where you can vote and suggest airplane for other people to vote as well. Now the most fun part of the weekly, no more weekly, but of the news video, and it is the Ask Me Anything question. Question number 1 has been asked by Kindra, 23rd of December 2025, and has 7 votes. And Kindra is saying, once the user marketplace is finished, which means almost there because we're releasing the airplane, then there are some big small touches and things, but we're gonna be finally done. And SimFly turn his attention to quality of life improvement. One thing that is desperately needed is an easy way to view who is using our asset. Today, many of us are collecting this information by manually combing through the Pax wallet log, but with SimFly growing so rapidly, it's becoming bothersome. So, a table where we can see the most recent visitor to our airport and possibly a separate table for aircraft would be great addition. Ideally, we should be able to filter by pilots who have visited the last day, last week, last month, etc. Total number of visits by each pilot will be useful as well. Finally, as always, being able to download this information in a CSV file will be amazing. We know you have a long list of user requests, so we'll be looking forward to that feedback snapshot feature to know when if something like this may be implemented. Kindra, thank you. We are all things that we have in the pipeline. As soon as the marketplace user is finished, we're gonna start. First, we finish the user marketplace. We take a long break, and then we organize ourselves to add with everything else. Okay. Question number 2. Question number 2 is being asked by Loco MVP. Loco MVP says, hello, I'd like to report an issue regarding aircraft rentals. I own several aircraft and I noticed the following behavior. When a renting pilot gets a landing score of 0 on 100, the pilot does not receive any packs, which makes sense. However, the aircraft owner also does not receive any packs, and most importantly, the aircraft gets grounded under ground operation for several hours. This results in a double penalty for the owner, even though the owner is not responsible for the pilot failed landing. Could this mechanism be reviewed? For example, apply the penalty only to the pilot, no back reputation impact, or avoid grounding the aircraft 24 hours on the owner's side, or reduce the duration. Thank you in advance for our feedback to your comment. Well, Local MVP, of course. You should know that in SimFly, in real life, leasing and therefore earning passive income carry risks. The situation you reported can happen, which is why we're working on the possibility of banning certain pilots you don't want to fly with your airplane. So pretty much you can whitelist or blacklist people when it comes to certain airplane that they can rent. So you have the possibility to say, I only rent to my friends and not to everybody else, or I can rent to everybody but not to these users, etc., etc. This is much closer to reality, because in reality a company says, no, I'm gonna rent airplane to you because I had a bad experience with you the last time. I think that's how we're going to go for this. Right, question number 3. Question number 3 is by FlySim Brazil, as the 21st of December, and FlySim Brazil says, what specific strategies are being considered to mitigate the risk associated with high volatility and low liquidity of the Pax token during its transition to DeFi and public exchanges? Additionally, how will the timing and launch strategy, including investing schedule, liquidity pool commitment, and transfer communication with the community, influence the success of this transition? Flights in Brazil. I gave a very good explanation of this in the forum, and I'm not going to read you the answer, but pretty much Pax token belongs to a closed ecosystem that is inside the SimFly. So bringing the Pax token in DeFi will just destroy the balance that there is in SimFly. So in SimFly there is people earning, spending, upgrading, consuming. Tokens are burned with something that in DeFi people don't like, are minted when they're needed. Other things that people don't like, people like a fixed supply in DeFi, right? So the mechanics of the Pax token, even if they were brought in a smart contract for people to use it in a Web3 context, will make no sense to have them in an exchange. So the purchase of Pax token is based on people wanting to sell them, and this is already done in here. Actually, we put some limits on how much people can sell it for, or low people can sell it for, to avoid the disasters. And I think this is working very well. Even the people that desperately put them at the lowest price, they will thank us because they would have put them at the lowest price. We learned the behavior of this SimFly community when we did the revenue sharing, where everybody says either I put it at the maximum available or I end up not being able to rent my airplane, which is silly. It's just a way that people should work together to control and keep things at a certain way. So, said that about the Pax token, something that is much more cool and we can work on very soon is the access to high level airport, for example. Airport that cost 100,000 Pax are there because we want people to see SimFly as a career the last years. Before that, they can build such, like a realm of assets to afford an airport of the dimension. But we can make people to come together and buy pieces of a large airport, okay? And this can be done also with Web3. So we can create a token that represents Heathrow, and people will be able to buy and trade the token of Heathrow and automatically share the revenue that can then be put inside the Pax wallet in SimFly and not in the crypto world. But the trading of that, it can be dynamic and outside SimFly. There are also plans for another token for other things in SimFly that is much more adapted to go and be traded in the DeFi world. But we need to see first the map full of people flying in a mission. So after that, we know that we have a solid base to play with these things without shaking the reputation and stability of SimFly, because unfortunately, a lot of people think that whatever is in blockchain is a scam. And that's not the case of SimFly. So we don't want people wrongly accusing SimFly of being something bad. Said that, I suggest you go to the forum, find we're gonna put probably the link in the description of the video, the full explanation, and you can participate to the discussion there. Okay? Question number 4. Question number 4 is by Nikostan, posted 25th of December 2025, which was Christmas for those that don't know the Christians recurrence. And he says, "Hi Roberto, Category 7 aircraft can fly non-stop for more than 12 hours. The most important flight license, senior captains, allow you to gain Pax for only the first 240 minutes of flight. To make up for the extra hours, I proposed allowing the possibility of adding 2 or 3 licenses in a single flight, and only for intercontinental flights. I also think that the second license can only be added if the first is a captain and the second the first officer, for example. 3 licenses in a single flight can only be combined if the first is a senior captain, the second a captain, third the first officer. Even for long flight, 2 captains and 2 officers are on board, so in a certain way it makes sense that they take shift in flying the airplane. I take this opportunity to wish all the SimFly staff and community a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Nikostan, it is interesting. It's very important to understand that the categories and level aren't finished. So we look at SimFly like something that is going to last 20, 30 years. So probably some of you just have some babies now that they're still going around in 4 legs around the house. This baby going to grow up to play with SimFly when they're going to be 18 or more, most probably, because SimFly is going to go long term. Now, because yet we don't have so many people flying around, we don't have a situation that, requires it yet. But the categories and level are not complete. So we can add more levels and more categories. And in the future, when we see that this is getting saturated, that means many people are reaching the top, and then we need to add more. So people look for a bigger growth, okay? But it's also interesting what you're telling us, so thank you for your feedback. We keep it in mind. And in a certain way, airplane that support more people flying makes sense to have more license. We're gonna discuss inside, but thank you for the wishes for the Christmas. Ho ho ho, was Santa brought to you a fantastic user marketplace of SimFly. And we reciprocate this Happy New Year. So yes, everybody, happy 2026. This year is going to be amazing. In terms of SimFly, it's going to be amazing in absolute terms. But we finished the user marketplace. We actually finished the core aspect of SimFly, and we see that you guys love it. This is the best satisfaction you can give us. You are participating a lot. Also for us to see what is trending and what not in the marketplace, help understand where there are problems. So it's a good way for us to see the sentiment of the community that sometimes people don't communicate, or maybe they don't even know. Says, why I have this extra thing, this extra license airport airplane, so I sell it. So we see what is going out, and then we're gonna try to make it better in terms of make sure that all the assets you guys have are gonna be worth having and using the proper strategy. Okay, so thank you again for watching the video. Subscribe to our social media. And there was something that every time last year people were saying. They were saying this thing, SimFly, take off and get more.